what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback's single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now, saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. You talk about this Washington defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago.
There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain.
4-yard pickup, 3rd and 1. You look at this Bears defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get this to the 32. An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Gibson again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Yeah, he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
4th down, Brissett. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Gibson is in. Touchdown, Washington. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
On first down, right back to Herbert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Touchdown! Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bears are able to move back in front.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Now a first down throw, Fields.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gold with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Washington's offense ready to go again. There's Antonio Gibson.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Brissett. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Kill. Go.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
A first down throw for Brissett. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Even if he doesn't replicate his big 2020 season, you still marvel at the work Thomas has done. Once a college quarterback, reinvented himself as a tight end, now in his 7th season at the position, and still getting first downs in the NFL.
A handoff running left is Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Go.
They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. Brissett now. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. On first down, it's Fields. That is caught by Herbert. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Logan Thomas out in front as the Washington offense runs back onto the field.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Brissett to throw on first. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
By Travis Gibson. A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Here's a give to Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
At the Commanders' 45-yard line.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places.
There he goes, right side. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Off play action, Fields. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Gold with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Brissett. Flush to his right. He's got it to Gibson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Big yardage that time for Washington. 41 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. Got an open man, it's Kringle. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bears will get the football back. Fields on 1st down. That's complete to Mooney. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line.
Herbert powering up the middle. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Herbert making a nice play there, coming off a 700-yard campaign, despite making just one start in 2022. Played a big part in the Bears becoming the 5th team in NFL history to rush for 3,000 yards in a season.
From the 50, here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
A handoff for Herbert.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
14 yards in a Chicago first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominant.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Khalil Herbert, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have opened the lead up to 30. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
That's another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A handoff for Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8. Now Gibson.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Short throw here to the tight end Bates.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Touchdown, Washington. Byron Pringle, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Now, this has been a one-sided first half to this point, no doubt, but at least signs of life here. They're on the board.
Yeah, and I think if they went to the halftime down big with 0 points on the board, it'd be a struggle to see them come out in the second half and play well. So very important, vital here. And if they make a huge comeback, we'll look back at this moment and point to the start of it.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
Bears 38, Commanders 14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. On the other side, they've had trouble stopping him not only on the ground but through the air. He's hit the century mark running the ball. He's approaching that receiving it.
I'm starting to think, Brandon, we're going to have to start judging running backs by a little bit different standard. And we know the gold standard now is 1,000 yards running the football. But I think we've got to start looking at all-purpose yards, yards from scrimmage. That's probably a better measure of what you're getting from these backs because look at the game we're getting here. He's run it well, but overall his damage has been done catching it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if that will continue. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Chicago! Khalil Herbert on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders 14.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Chicago.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Second down throw for Howell. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That's good for a Washington Commanders.
Throwing here, Howell. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Bates. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On first down, Howell. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Howell down to throw it. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. So we reach halftime with a visiting message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he returns this to the 22. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Howell out of the shotgun. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Washington, first down. First and 10 at the 45.
A carry for Gibson. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's now 3rd and 10.
And Howell will throw it. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Howell throwing on first down here. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10, Howell. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 116 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Fields. To the sideline and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
A gain of 15. And the Bears first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Read option, here's Herbert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 7-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
First and goal, Chicago.
They'll run here with Herbert. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go, son. Sit high.
A shotgun snap, Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Washington's offense ready to go again. There's Antonio Gibson. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
For Washington. First and 10 at the 30.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 123 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. Once more, Gibson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. Here's Howell. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Another Washington Commanders first down.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah,
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to...
After review of the play.
So that one
on the field is
overturned.
reversed.
They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young, his 2nd sack of the night. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
3rd and 12.
Fields. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. A give left side here for Herbert. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there at a 1st down.
Don't jump, ready?
A gain of 7. And the Bears first down.
Oh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Herbert once more. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Fields. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Now motion left with Mooney. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bears have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
First down, how to throw. Short throw here to the tight end Bates.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
That's good for the Washington Commanders.
Powell. And that'll be complete to the running back Gibson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
It's Howell with another throw.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives.
Back now at FedEx Field.
Here we go.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Second down, they go back to Herbert.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Go.
On third down, Herbert.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picks it, and the Bears are going to have the short field here. Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long...
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.